Hi, I'm Dr. Lisa Thompson of drlisamthompson.com, and I have a question for you. Are you a serial procrastinator where you have the right idea, where you set goals for yourself and you've got goals that you really want to accomplish in all areas of your life, but you just can't get yourself to take action every single day? Well, pay close attention, because in this video, I'm going to share with you a very simple three-step goal-setting workshop. This was the goal-setting workshop that I started using that took me from being a serial procrastinator where I never got anything done. I was constantly getting ready to get ready to taking action, and taking action on a daily basis to go from procrastinator to producer. And so get out a pad of paper and a pen and be prepared to take some notes. I learned the simple three-step goal-setting process from Jeff Olson's book, The Slight Edge. If you haven't read that book, I highly recommend that you go and get it. It's available on Amazon in either paperback or Kindle form. You can see the link in your video here on the screen, and it's also available in the video description. So just click on it and pick up a copy and read it, because this is just going to open your eyes as really how to get results with whatever goal you've set, and doing it in a very simple format. Jeff Olson says, anytime you see what looks like a breakthrough, when you see people having massive success, doesn't matter what area it's in, but we're going to focus here on business, it's always the end result of a long series of little things done consistently over time. These little things are easy to do, and they're easy not to do. So how do we get ourselves to do these very easy things on a consistent basis? There is a three-step goal-setting process. Step number one, write down your dreams and goals. Make them specific and vivid. Step number two, write down a simple plan to start. Now, this is not the plan that's actually going to get you there. Okay, it almost never happens that way. The purpose of the simple plan is just getting started, because once you get started, the other plans, okay, the other steps to get there are going to open up. It's taking the first step. That's the most important. And then step number three is you want to write down one simple daily discipline or task you're committed to doing daily, even when you don't feel like it. That is so important. But what you need to do here is, when you're doing a goal-setting process, you just can't focus on one area. You see, a lot of people, I learned this from Tony Robbins. We have what's called this wheel of life. And if you focus on one area too much, the other areas in your life tend to suffer. So what Jeff teaches in this book is to do this three-step goal-setting process in other areas of your life so you can achieve fulfillment. Okay? Success without fulfillment is, you're not going to have the happiness that you're looking for. Okay? You're not going to be able to, there's a lot of things you want to do with your home business that's going to give you that freedom that you want, to have that legacy that you want to create for your family. So let's go through this. And I really recommend that, you take some time, and, you can do it all in one chunk, or you can do this over the course of a couple of days. But the key is just get out a journal, and you need to write this down. Don't keep it in your head. There's something magical that happens when you write things down. It gets embedded into your subconscious, which is always working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So the first area we want to touch on right now is health. Okay? If you're not healthy, I can't tell you how many times people have focused so much on building their business and they ignored their health that they literally wound up in the hospital. And that's what happened to me. This is something very personal to me. This past January, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. I was focused so much on building my business, I didn't exercise, I didn't eat right, and I wound up, I thought I was having a heart attack. My resting heart rate was 144 beats per minute, and my blood pressure was 170 over 120, and my blood sugars were 479. But when I started making a decision, when I was in the hospital, I made a decision that I needed to take control of my health, and I applied the slight edge principle with goal setting. And now I've lost 45 pounds, and I've kept it off. And my blood sugars went from 479 in January to 94 today. So what you need to focus on here is to, your eating and physical activity. It can either lead you toward your dreams or to an early grave. The choice is yours. So sit down, and these are some guiding questions to help you. What will you be doing when you have the ideal physical energy? Okay, when you're at your ideal weight? What are you going to be doing? What will you accomplish? What will you eat every day? How do you view food and physical activity? What are people going to say when you go to that live event and it's a black tie and gown gala and you are in that sexy dress that you were never able to wear? Or you are in that suit? How does your spouse look at you when you come down and walk down those steps and they see you in that outfit? Or the look of your kids when they see you at that optimal weight and you are out doing those activities that you want to be doing? Or they're your grandkids. Think about that. Write it down. Be specific. Be vivid. And then what you want to do is, for your daily discipline, find a physical activity you know you can accomplish even on the days you don't feel like it. What Jeff Olson did is that he knew that he would run 35 minutes a day. That was his, that was like equivalent of reading 10 pages in a book every day. That was a non-negotiable. And he knew that no matter how busy his schedule would get, he always had 30 minutes blocked out for exercise. So he ran for 30 minutes. So think of something you can do. Does it mean it has to be 30 minutes if you're out of shape? Absolutely not. You could start with something as little as 3 minutes of walking and gradually increase the time as you go. So you want to touch on health. You also want to touch on happiness. And see, happiness, according to Jeff Olson, is broken down into 3 key areas. How do you choose to look at the events, both good and bad? So you need to know what your outlook is. Specific actions with a positive impact. So you want to be thinking of, writing down things that you're grateful for. 3 different things per day you're grateful for. Sending messages of appreciation to people. And random acts of kindness. And the last area of happiness is, where do you put your time and energy? Relationship and meaningful pursuits. That's what happiness is about. That's what's going to give you fulfillment. So as you're looking at building your business, what is having this business going to do for you as far as happiness? How is this going to increase the quality of your relationships and meaningful pursuits? What are you going to be able to do now that's going to impact the world for good? The next area is relationships. Success means nothing if you don't have it to share with anyone. Have you ever watched the movie Citizen Kane? It's one of those classics with Orson Welles, and it's often considered the greatest movie ever made. And in that movie, what makes it so sad is that he was a man who achieved all of his success, but at the end of his life, he died alone because he had nobody to share it with. So write down and think for your vision. What type of friends are you going to have? What will you do with your spouse every day? What will you do with your children or grandchildren? What type of relationships are you going to have with your team and customers? Be specific. Write down, include the senses. Be as descriptive and detailed as you can. Personal development. Okay, this is absolutely huge when you're building your business. Your income will never exceed your personal level of development. So you want to be thinking about, how many books are you going to read in a year? How many mindset recordings are you going to listen to? What live events are you going to attend? What type of person do you want to be known for? And how do you want people to describe you on stage? That's personal development. And you want to have, as far as your daily action steps, what is your non-negotiable? Are you going to read 10 pages a day? Very simple to do, very simple not to do. Are you going to listen to 15 minutes of mindset recordings while you're driving in your car or working out? Again, simple to do and simple not to do. Every top earner is going to tell you that mindset is the absolute key to achieving success. The next area is finances. You want to have a goal for yourself of how much money do you want to make? Where are you going to invest it? How will you use it to contribute to charities, your church, etc.? Who are your role models when it comes to money? So again, Jeff Olson shared the story of how his mom, his dad died at a very young age of a heart attack. And his mom, they always were looking at saving money. She worked, she had a job. But what she did is she saved. She always took money and she put it away and she saved. And then it wasn't until after she was retired for some time, Jeff found out she was a multi-millionaire because of her savings. She just put a little bit aside every day. Easy to do, easy not to do. Then we have career and business. So right now, what type of business would you want to build? Describe your day working from home. A lot of people want to be in the home business because they want that feeling of working from home and not having a boss. Well, if you're going to be your own boss now. So what are you going to be doing throughout the day? Write out what your daily schedule would look like. If you were working from home, what would you be doing? What time would you get up? What time of the day are you working on your business? What type of content are you creating? How do you leverage your time? Do you outsource? You're going in there and you're writing out what your day is going to be like. Because, just saying that, just being able to work from home and waking up when I want and just going to my computer and just working, that's not going to inspire you to keep going on those days when it is tough to do. Remember, it's easy to do and easy not to do. Contribution and impact is another area you want to look at. We all desire, it's a core human need to know if we made a difference. What do you want your life to mean? And this is setting 100-year goals. When I read that in Jeff's book, I was like, whoa, that was quite mind-blowing. When you think of some of these top earners, especially like, the most successful, influential leaders like a Jim Rome or a Zig Ziglar who have passed on, they are constantly being mentioned on stage from any leader, from Tony Robbins to Ray Higdon to Diane Hoffman. They're constantly talking about what these people did and how it impacted their lives. Even Napoleon Hill, someone who's been gone now for over 30, 40 years, has been often mentioned. His book, Think and Grow Rich and Outwitting the Devil, have been talked about, and people continue to read and still talk about what he did and how his work has impacted their lives even long after he's gone. So what do you want to do to be making an impact on the lives of people? So those are the balanced goals. Did you find these helpful today? Just remember, number one, write them down. So you may want to take a day to sit and write down these goals. Number two, write out a simple action plan. It could just be as simple as starting to exercise or cutting back on your soda pop intake. It could be putting, $10 away into a savings account with my paycheck. It could be giving away, putting $20 a week in the collection plate at church. It could be spending a date night with my spouse once a week or a family night with my kids once a week. And then finally, what's one simple daily action step that you can do that will get you in momentum? Okay? And it's an action step that you can do that no matter, even if you don't feel like doing it. Okay? That's going to be the key here. So it's just something simple to do. It's easy to do and easy not to do. And those decisions over time, compounded, is what's going to give you the success. So if you got value today and what your biggest takeaway was, leave me a comment, and then make sure you picked up Jeff's book, The Slight Edge. You can get that in the video description. And then make sure you're following me at my website at drlisamthompson.com, on my Facebook fan page, facebook.com/Dr. Lisa Thompson Training. And then you can follow me on Twitter at Dr. Lisa Thompson, and on my YouTube channel at youtube.com/Digital Marketing Doc. Thank you so much for watching today. I appreciate you, and make sure you tune in for another episode. We'll talk tomorrow.